I was all set to speak about an issue, a rather vexing issue on the island of Dominica, which deals with a $32,000 per month house rent that the state, the cabinet of ministers, had agreed that we the people would pay to accommodate the Honorable Prime Minister of Dominica. And I told myself, why bother pay attention to that when the people who took that decision did not seem or do not seem or cannot seem to pay attention to me and the people of Dominica who are now burdened with that decision which they took. If you cannot think of my reality, I don't have to think of your illusions. And as such, I won't even go beyond this little synopsis. Not with the little time that I have on Sunday Talk. I'm not going to give 5 minutes to dignify what I think is something that is almost unpardonable. It certainly goes beyond the ordinary conscience to understand what really is going on with that $32,000 per month rental matter. So let the people deal with it. And when the people would have engaged in conversations about this matter, probably, as a person too, I would join in the chorus. But for now, let me focus on what affects the people, probably even most. And I will speak to an issue where a cousin of mine who did not have my number before found my number, called me, said, "Cousin Alex, this is so-and-so, and I'm calling because I need you to help me." I said, "What it is that you want?" And I was afraid she was going to ask me for money. And she did ask me for money indirectly. She didn't ask me to send money for her as many people have been doing. And I'm not saying that again to decry those people who ask, because trust me, it's not easy to call somebody and say, I need some money, I broke, I want to buy food. I mean, I like it. If you do that, it's better than stealing, but a lot of people have been asking. And you know that this is the case. So that cousin of mine said, okay, I used to do my little hustle, and I remember her doing her hustle and doing well. Just about a few months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Doing very well, independent, happy, merry. And she says she can sell potatoes and onions and stuff. She just needs to be able to source the items from Guadeloupe. And she sent me a list subsequently of the cost of those stuff. And I'm going to help my cousin. I'm not a rich person, but if I can buy one bag of potato for her to help alleviate her stress, at least all the money she makes on selling that potato will go towards paying her rent. Because she told me she was down to her last $1,000, and that's what a pastor, a very good pastor, whose name begins with J, gave her. And she was pinching it because her rent adds up to over $1,500, $1,600 a month, and she does not know what she's going to do after the end of the month. And that she was talking about the end of June, and we're in July. So I do not know if my cousin is in a house now or if she's outside. And we're talking about a house for $32,000 a month. Anyway, I'm not going to go back on that topic. The fact is, people are having it hard. They're sucking salt. Does that term remind us of anything? I believe it does. But again, I won't go there. Tanya Greenreed a couple of days ago said that we should help our brothers, we should help our Dominicans, we should help our sisters, and I'm calling us to help. Reach out to people, even if those people are the reason why they are in this position that they are. If that's what you think, still reach out to them. Help them, because when someone suffers, we all suffer. We have tomorrow to look after. We cannot leave our Dominicans, our brothers and sisters, go begging. I shouldn't say begging. Although some people term what they do as begging, but begging is such a derogatory term. But we shouldn't let the state of affairs of our people deteriorate to the point where people get desperate and destitute and crazy things start happening. Let us reach out. Let us adopt someone, an elderly, a child, someone who really needs us right now, a brother and sister or sister, and let's break bread. It reminds me of my deceased grandfather who said, why, things hard, you know. Things hard. Nigga just neighbor. But things hard. And I agree and I believe. Things are hard. And now we should bond together. because we have no choice, because we're in this together. This is my Sunday talk. Until next week Sunday.